Praise the Lord, everybody. I want to present to you my very first book called Purposely Driven. Purposely Driven is a book, my very first book. It's all about my testimony. Amen. I shared with you in this book things that I never told anyone. Amen. I experienced in my life at a very early age rejection. I experienced uh, loneliness, depression, um, always told as a little girl that I would never amount to anything. I always felt alone, depressed, oppressed, rejection at an all-time high. Amen. I felt no hope in my life. But Jesus turned that thing around. Amen. And I found also that it was all about fulfilling the path that God Himself had chose for me. Amen. He knew that I would say yes to the cross that He chose for me to bear. Amen. And I am so elated how God worked this thing out in my life. The devil had no choice but to turn me loose. Because if God be for you, the devil in hell can't do you any harm. I want you to go out and purchase this book. If you ever felt alone, if you ever felt rejection, if you ever felt in your life that there was no hope for you, if you ever was oppressed, depressed, I want you to get this book. If God have done it for me, God has no respect of persons. He'll do the same for you. This book can be found at Amazon. It can be found at Barnes and Nobles, amen, for $12.95. That's right, only $12.95. I told it all, amen, at the age of 54. Never shared it with anyone until God released me to share in this book. Purposely driven. Why purposely driven, Lucretia? Because everything that the Lord allowed me to go through, it was on purpose. Everything that you're going through, everything that you have ever dealt with, it's on purpose. But you got to put your hands in God's hands. You got to totally trust Him to turn that thing around the way that He would have you to go. And make that devil out of the liar that he already is. Amen. To God be the glory. So purchase the book. Amen. And I want to hear your testimony. I've had several testimonies, feedback rather, as how this book, how Purposely Driven has affected their lives. I was told by one lady that this is a book that must be shared. Amen. I also was told by another young lady that it inspired her to keep going. She was at a point in her life where she just didn't have any idea how she would get out of the dilemma, out of the situation she was in. But after she read Purposely Driven, she told me, she said, Lucretia, I feel like I can go on. I feel like I can do this now. So I just want to encourage you in the Lord that if God be for you, who can be against you? I am a living testimony how God can turn that thing around. So get the book and be blessed. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear your testimony. I want to hear your praise report. Be blessed.